Hi everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama, and today I'm going to be walking you through getting a to-do list all set up in Notion. If you are new to Notion, it is a planning app that can do everything from just keeping your calendar and your to-do lists all the way to your meeting notes, your financial planning, your habit tracker, basically anything that you would be doing in an Excel spreadsheet or in a paper or digital planner, you can do in Notion. There are so many awesome features and functions in Notion, and once you harness them, there's virtually nothing that you cannot do with this app. However, it is extremely complicated to get started with. I deleted this app off of my iPad 3 times before I finally kept it and made it work for me. Now I'm using it and it's going really great, but here's the thing that you have to know. It takes a long time to learn Notion. There's a lot of just upfront effort into really maximizing this app, but what you need is you need a home base. You need a place to start from where you can keep your life running smoothly while you learn in your free time all the other things that you can do with Notion. So the goal today is to, by the time you leave this video, if you walk through these steps with me, you will have a ready to go to-do list, life tracker page where you can keep basically your day-to-day activities logged and tracked and your to-do list and everything. And that way you can just keep on using that every day as your planner. And then you're free to go learn how to use all the other stuff that comes with Notion. I want to mention really quickly before we get started, because I don't feel like any of the videos that I watched ever made this very clear. There are different features that you can access when you're using Notion on like a desktop or a laptop, like a Mac iOS, versus using it on a phone or on a tablet. And my first few weeks of trying to learn Notion were very frustrating to me because I was watching YouTube videos where they were using a Mac. And they had access to all these features, and I would try to walk through their tutorial and I couldn't even get there because I didn't have that button or I wasn't seeing that menu. It was very frustrating for me. So one thing I want to tell you today is that I'm going to be walking through this on an iPad Pro for you. It has about 99% of the features that the regular desktop version of this app has, but it is missing a few things. And I figured since a lot of you are following my iPad Pro journey, it was appropriate to teach you how I do the things on my iPad Pro. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to get a very standard to-do list plus a couple of other just cool embellishments on your iPad, on your tablet, your mobile device, whatever you're using, so that you can move forward with Notion today feeling equipped at least to get your daily activities logged every day. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so we're going to start by opening up the Notion app. This is assuming that you have already downloaded the app, got it installed on your iPad Pro. What you're seeing here is not going to be stuff that exists when you download the app. This is all stuff that I have created basically since downloading the app. But I'm going to walk you through basically what I have got right here on my daily to-do. So this is my daily to-do sheet. I've got it pretty much laid out for all of my sort of daily things. We're not going to go into this much complexity and detail today, but this is what one can look like when you start getting it exactly how you want it. But let's start just by creating a brand new page by going down here and clicking Add Page. That's going to bring up a brand new blank slate for you to start working with. So we're going to name this Daily To-Do. And I'm gonna write test here just so that I don't get confused later. Already you can see here where things start to get a little bit messy, right? If this is your first time using this app, you open this up and you're like, what? What is all this? And this is actually sort of the, I guess you could say the misleading part about Notion is you look through here and you see all of this really cool stuff and you think, wow, I'm ready to get started. I can just choose any one of these and get going. The problem is though, even the ones that look kind of simple for you to try get kind of complex once you start actually trying to use them. So you can just start getting a little bit confused as you look through all of this. What I'm gonna do today is stay away from all of this stuff and we're gonna focus instead on building something from scratch. So what I'm gonna do is just go to Empty Page and it just gets rid of all of that stuff that you had there before. But I do want to make this look kind of pretty before I get started. So one of the first things that I'm going to do is click right here to add icon. It's going to automatically show you just some random icon, but you can change that. So you just click on it and it's gonna bring up some of your most recent icons. You can actually scroll through all of your icons here as well, which is really great. This will happen if you're using an iPhone too. So this is the icon that I like for my to-do page, but let's go ahead and let's grab this one. That one looks cool. So daily to-do test. All right, I've got my icon up here. Now I'm gonna add a cover. Add discussion, ignore that. That's gonna be for if you are using this to collaborate with other people. You're not gonna need that today. So when I clicked on add cover, it automatically brought in just a random image. But if I click right here, I can go to change cover and you can see just like a few things that they show you right here. But what I like to do is, you can also upload if you want, but what I like to do is go to Unsplash and I just look for something fun. So sometimes I type in things like motivation, but I'm just gonna grab something that looks kind of cool. So let's grab this. And now I have a cute little cover, which of course it's not formatted great, but I have something there. So now I have my little icon, I have my cover. You can see down here that your little icon shows up even on your menu bar. So let's just start with something really, really simple, like a to-do list. Here is your main bar down here of everything that you might need to use. Always start with the plus bar. This is where it's just gonna bring up a really nice list for you. And as you can see, even from here, you've got so much stuff available to use, but we're not gonna get into all of that today. We're just trying to get a to-do list done. So I'm gonna be using a to-do list. I click right there. And if this is all you wanna do, you can literally just do this right here. And you've got a to-do list. This is what I've done with my grocery list. It literally just looks like a grocery list with a to-do list. But let's spruce this up a little, okay? I'm gonna enter down and I'm going to add a heading. I'm gonna call it today's tasks. And then I wanna sort of demarcate this. So I'm gonna go down to color and pick a pretty color. Let's make it purple. So now I have a cool little section right here. If you have multiple things that you're trying to keep track of, let's say like these are sort of your daily tasks. Maybe you have like you're doing homeschooling with your kids because of COVID. So I could have like Roman's lesson plan. And from here, I can either do another to do. So if I want to list out all of the things that Roman has in his lesson plan that day, I can click on this. Let's say you've typed this out just like I have here, and then you're like, I really want to make this its own header. You can click this turn into button and now turn it into a heading. And now it matches this up here. And again, I can go into color and make it purple, just like the last one. And so now I can put Roman's lesson plan here, Abby's lesson plan, whatever else I want to do. Basically, it's just a way that you can keep multiple different to-do lists on this page. And again, you could really stop there if you wanted to. So basically, if you kept this as like your just daily to-do list, you can leave it pinned right up here at the top, just like mine is, and come back to this every day and put your to-dos for the day in there. I want to show you one other thing that you can do here, which is called a board. So I'm going to go all the way down to database and board. And I'm going to do something kind of cool, okay? I'm going to call this my 3-part day. This is for like the kind of people who don't necessarily have a schedule like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever, but you sort of want to break up your day into morning, afternoon, and evening, kind of like you can in an Erin Condren planner or something similar. So I'm gonna do that today, and here's how I'm gonna do it. So I wanna change this basically into a 3-part board of morning, afternoon, and evening. So I can just click right here and change that. So I wanna change these into morning, afternoon, and evening so that I've got my 3 blocks. And you'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. We're just replicating the Erin Condren kind of layout here. And you'll see why I prefer this better than like a hourly layout. Okay, so let's just say I've got my cards over here, and if I want to represent my to-do list this way, here's what I can do. Let's say that I have a few to-dos that I want to get done today. Maybe one of them is doctor appointment 3 p.m. Now, there's more stuff we can do here in terms of like setting an actual time using the properties here, but that's a step further than where we're gonna go today. I wanna show you how simple it is to do this stuff without using any at all of the complex stuff, okay? So let's say we've got a doctor appointment at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. We want to fold laundry. Might add something else like gym. So now I have this to-do list all kind of set up. This could be exactly the same thing as our to-do list that we put up here. So technically every one of these things here could be a part of this little checkbox, but we're gonna represent them this way so that now we can do something really cool. Watch this. All right, so we have a doctor's appointment at 3. I can grab this and move it over to afternoon. Maybe in the morning is when I want to fold laundry, schedule haircuts, and thaw out the chicken. In the afternoon, I want to have my doctor's appointment and review my meeting notes and organize the kitchen drawers. And then in the evening is when I will call mom, go to the gym, and maybe I'll plan my yoga for in the morning. So now I kind of have my day laid out like this, which is a really cool way to view the day. If I want to, I can hide everything that says no status, so now I just see these 3 bars. And it's just a really convenient way to see how my entire day is gonna be unfolding. And if the morning gets away from me and I still haven't folded the laundry, then all I can do is just grab this and move it over here, maybe to evening. And that's just another way to visualize your to-do list. So those are 2 different ways that you can do sort of a to-do list on your main page. You can also, if you want to, just one little template that I would recommend is down here. You can go to calendar. You can actually add yourself a little calendar here as well. And then you can sort of write in any kind of items that you want to be tracking so that way every single day, when you pull up your to-do list, you can really quickly visualize a calendar. And that's basically a to-do list, all set up for yourself, no extra work that you have to do. Now, what you may be wondering is, how do I keep using this day by day? So there are a few different ways that people use to do this, but let me show you how I do it. As you can see here, I have something called daily to-do blank. And what I do is every day I just duplicate this one. So to give you an example, here is my today to-do. What I like to do is change this at the end of the day to today's date. So 7-23-2020. And then I go over here to these ellipses next to the title, and I click Move to Archive. And once I archive those things, I have every single one of my daily to-do lists saved here so that at any given moment I can go back to a certain date and see what my to-dos were for that day. And then once I'm done, this will disappear when it moves into the archive. Then I just go into my daily to-do and I basically move it up here. So let's go through that process. I'm not going to archive this one for now because I am still using this today, but let's go to our daily to-do, which is the thing that we just created here. I'm going to rename this. So if you don't have like an archive set up like I have, all you really have to do is hit those 3 dots and hit duplicate. And now you have a duplicate to work from. If you want to, you can literally just go in and edit each one of these for your second day. So you can just change this from saying yoga to saying something else. So if you have certain things that you do every single day, I would say keep duplicating your first to-do list and then just changing the content that's in each one. Or you could do more like what I've done and just keep a very, very blank version. So I've got my blank today's tasks, just to walk you through this again, I can click the plus button at the bottom, scroll down and add a board. I can go ahead and change this to morning, afternoon, and evening. Then I can come in and I can add my calendar view here by clicking the plus button, going to calendar. And now I have a blank template that is ready to go. I can actually rename this to do blank. And now every single day I can just duplicate this one and refresh it and fill it up with anything that I want. And that's basically it. I know parts of this might have seemed complicated. If all of this is too complicated for you, just stick with your daily to-dos. Just stick with a to-do list, just like this. And remember, the way that we did it was just go into the plus and add to-do list. That's literally all you have to do. Having your to-do page all set up and ready to go, a blank one ready for you to duplicate every day, is gonna get you really well positioned to start using and enjoying Notion right now, even if you don't know how to use all of the features. All right, that is it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope that you walked through the steps with me and that now you're actually looking at your own really nicely set up to-do sheet. If you have any questions, if you stumbled along the way, if I made something unclear that I need to clarify, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to address those. Otherwise, love ya, mean it always, mwah, and I'll see you in the next one.